We're back here on the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show. Okay, I'm going to be real honest. I get a phone call. They say, you Omari Hardwick? I say, yes, bring him here. Well, he wasn't here. It was via satellite. But what I learned about Omari Hardwick in that satellite interview is he has so many connections to our city. You, my friends, will be amazed, just as I was.
I'm excited to talk to Pittsburgh. That's one of my favorite cities. And we would be remiss if I didn't start out this conversation speaking about the pioneers that, or whom look like me from Pittsburgh, and August Wilson, who for me was, you know, such a hero of mine. And I started in my voyage into theater because of August. I had a grandfather that went to college in Pittsburgh, and it's a very important city and not spoken about enough, first of all.
So who knew you had so many connections to our city?
Very, very dear to me. That is I'm planning to start a soundstage in Pittsburgh. There's a lot of things up my sleeve as it pertains to that city.
Are you going to start a coffee shop?
I'll do that too if you want.
All right, so tell me, why is the reel-to-reel so important?
Just because of the give back, right? You know, we all have to get to a place where we're able to give back. And, you know, you and I speak about, we start out this conversation speaking about August Wilson and whether he knew or not how many people he gave to. You know, that becomes the real test of, or testament of your legacy, is whether you can give to a quantity of people without even realizing that you were doing so. And so Reel to Reel for me is so near and dear to my heart because I was broke and still working at Juvie Hall. I was living in my car, but I would make sure that Layla Steinberg, who was one of Tupac's mentors, I would make sure that Layla and I were at Juvie together, and I was reading poems to young 17-year-old kids. That's other stuff about me. I mean, I've never not known how to give back. I just don't know how to do it. And so Reel to Reel is that. It's about giving back, and it's about actually putting your hand out and not necessarily giving a handout in terms of that being money, which a lot of brown people often think, you give me money, I'm good. No, if I give you an opportunity, you're good. If I give you wisdom, you're good. But Reel to Reel is very much in keeping with that mantra, which is opportunity is priceless. And so Gentleman Jack has created this incredible program, that which John Latte was able to benefit from. And we are allowing people of a particular age, that being 21 years of age, to submit short films.
And over, 21 and over.
21 and over, very important, to submit shorts, and it can be about anything. The genre of storytelling doesn't necessarily matter, but what matters is that these stories are told uniquely, and they're groundbreaking, and the quality of production is that which we wouldn't laugh at. And if it's a comedy, we would laugh in a proper way at what you smartly came up with, and of course the entertainment value speaks to that. So those things are the criterion, and you submit, gentlemanjackfilm.com. We started today, correct?
Yep, started today, and it ends May 8th.
And so we're happy to be a part. It's the second season or second year, and Gentleman Jack is at the forefront of making sure that they advocate brown storytelling from people of color in front of the camera and behind, and I'm very proud to be a part of it.
So Gina Tay, you won the Reel to Reel competition last year. Tell me what that whole process, that experience was like for you.
Oh my gosh, it was incredible. Thank you so much for asking, and thanks for letting me talk to Pittsburgh. I've actually never been to Pittsburgh, so.
You gonna go?
I know.
We'll have to
Omar's taking me. He's taking me. We're gonna go get coffee, go to his studio.
I'll take you to Braddock. I'll take you everywhere. Watch out.
All right, but the first place you have to go when you come into town is right here, the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show, right?
Of
course. We're coming.
Of course.
Yeah, we're coming.
Okay. Okay.
So I wrote and directed a film called Soulfire. It was executive produced by an actress in Atlanta, which is where we're both from, named Maxie McClintock. And she also stars in the film with Dom Cole. And we partnered with, so normally I make commercials and promos and stuff like that, and so we partnered with the company that I work for, Bark Bark, and some other places in Atlanta, and DPs, Chris Anthony Hamilton, to make the film. And so once we made it, I thought, wow, we have something really special on our hands. It's different. It's a love story. It has a twist ending. And so I was going through Facebook, and then I was like, what? who's that handsome guy?
What?
And then,
What?
and then I realized it was Omari, and he was like looking all slick and stuff, and I was like, So then I read the
Shout outs
info.
to makeup and hair.
Yes, yes, and the photographer. The photographer did
photographer.
like an amazing job.
Amazing,
Okay.
amazing.
But anyway, so I entered the very last entry, and I got a phone call saying that we won $10,000 and we're going to Miami at ABFF, and it was like a whirlwind. And Gentleman Jack and Code Black, Real to Real, they were all so incredible with our experience in Miami, and just the experience from winning all the way till now, sitting here with Omari. They treat you like royalty, and they treat you like artists, and it's so important that that happens so that you can continue to have your voice in the world. So why I would say this competition is important is because there are people out there that feel like their voice is not important. And it is. It is so drastically important to our world right now, and so people need to hear it. So you need to enter this contest so that people can hear it. Get your friends together, get the best DPs together, get the best gear that you can, and make stories that matter. And you can do that by going to gentlemanjackfilm.com.
Okay, so we've had all this excitement about Black Panther, but the realities are we have to figure out ways to keep audiences of color interested in the theater and the big screen.
You know where I think that starts? I'm cutting Omari off.
Yeah, don't
Because I
answer the
love
full
him.
question. Answer it.
No.
Answer
Did
it.
you say answer it? Like grab it,
No,
take
there
it,
was
it's
a
yours.
piece of dust that went by.
Okay.
Ash to ash, dust to dust.
Dust, Daughters of the Dust.
That Daughters of the Dust.
Yep, Julie Dash.
I saw that in Atlanta, Moreland Avenue.
Really?
Which probably started my voyage into art.
She directs for Queen Sugar now. But anyway,
Yeah. Shout outs to Ava for
yes,
going
amazing.
Absolutely.
Sugar is an amazing
Yeah.
show. The writing, like, it's incredible. But anyways, I
You kind of answered her question.
did I?
Yeah, because you want to make sure that the caliber is at a caliber where people of all hues will believe
Right,
in our
but
storytelling.
also it comes from the heart.
caliber has to be big.
It's like I always think, somebody asked me the other day, do you think Black films exist? And I said, no, I don't. I think that human stories exist, human films.
Okay.
And I think that's where we need to start from, a place that we need to start. And then the added bonus is, who am I as a creator
Within
and what
the story.
Yeah, and what experiences can I bring to that? You know what I mean? Like my culture of growing up in the suburbs of Atlanta, but then my dad being from South Atlanta and talking about going to Pitty Pat's Porch. That's how he says it. You're gonna go to Pitty Pat's Porch.
So it's ironic because the black story does exist within the human story.
Right, exactly.
It
Right.
has to, you know what I mean? It has
Yeah.
to. I remember studying for the SAT and learning people had these thoughts about one hue of a kid says couch and another hue of a kid says sofa. And there are some definite realities in the differences between the way cultures are raised, but the human story is never out of style.
Right.
Everybody
The
relates to
human story
heartbreak.
never changes.
Right.
Everybody relates to doing sneaky things. It doesn't matter whether you're Ghost. Madoff was the same as Ghost, wasn't he? Nobody really thinks about
Yeah.
the reality that the two are very similar. So the human
Indeed.
story
Right.
is always a story that doesn't go out of style, but there are factions within the story that are related specifically to the way that you were raised and the color that in which you were raised. Absolutely.
And people can relate to that for sure. What people can also, everybody is an artist inside, but has a really tight shirt and muscles that pop out.
That ain't funny. Stop.
All right, before we run out of time, we need to know what's up with you, Omari, what's coming up with Ghost Power, the new season. And Gina Tay, okay, you won this competition. What's next for you?
Yes, really quickly, I just want to make sure that we cover all the bases with the Gentleman Jack Film Contest, because again, without that, I wouldn't be sitting here with this incredible talent. So if you want to enter, you have until May 8th. Go to gentlemanjackfilm.com. This is the second year of the competition, so they're looking for really, really great films from the heart. And you win $10,000, a trip to Miami to go to ABFF, and Omari is also going on a tour, Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, Atlanta, Dallas, Miami.
And we'll just talk.
Yeah, and just chat about film. Next thing for me, I'm a director, so I'm always looking for work. I really want to work on a feature, commercials, and I'm writing pilots and stuff like that. But I'm also starting a social TV channel to remind people that how great we are when we love each other and we're united.
Perfect.
Second time around with Tyler Perry very soon. My first, that being of For Color Girls. So Tyler, myself, Tiffany Haddish, Tika Sumpter, the legendary Whoopi Goldberg, we will start work on a film in a week to a week and a half. And then again, as you spoke about, Power Season 5, is coming. There will probably be some other projects I do during this hiatus. Not much of a break for me. Playing Papa, playing husband, doing the whole thing. And then I go back to work on season 6 of Power coming September. But July 1st, Power season 5. You can expect more complexities from my character, that being Ghost, more from the other leads of Naturi's character and Joseph's character and Leela's character, and of course Curtis's character of Kanan. Whether we're able to get Dre, played by Rotimi Akanosho. I've got music coming to the world very soon, poetry coming to the world, books coming. So I am a very busy man that doesn't really know how to stop, but I'm going to take a break soon.
I'm going to have a boombox and play your music
I'm gonna
and your
come to Pittsburgh.
poetry.
I'm going to hang out with you.
I was going to say, and you're coming to Pittsburgh.
Shout outs
That's
to the Sullivan family, Grant Sullivan, all of his brothers. Shout outs to all of the people in Pittsburgh that have mattered to me for so long. Who knew? Who knew?